I want to do something cool, like special in Toledo, you know what I mean? So that's why I started this. I want something different.
I think I love the fact that a lot of more people are getting into podcasts because it's just getting to know who's who, what's going on in the city, and you'll be like amazed of how much everyone is integrated within everybody. But it's like they don't have that connecting point with each other. Like they don't have that one person be like, hey, let's get all together and do this, and this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have this project together. We're gonna keep everybody together. And it'll be a big event. It's like stuff like that to be able to set stuff up like that.
Yeah, there's not too much things going on like that.
I feel like the only thing that was like big this year was Tracy throwing the R&B Park Jam, and I was like major for him as well because a lot of times we don't get enough like sponsors to do public stuff like that for the city, and I feel like once they start integrating with our own local people like you or who say like St. Dave when he runs the radio station or myself as an artist, just getting out there and being able to be integrated with ABC News and 13 Action, everything like that, that'll start being dope too. I feel like once we get more integrated as a what's the word, like a locality, I think it'll turn out
because we used to be more of a hip hop, like not even just hip hop, but more of a music community. But then it seems like COVID like broke it down. So it feels like we're creating it again. Like we're like doing all this stuff that we're doing, but it's like we got to do it slowly but surely.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Big Yogi'Z Garage. We started this a whole different. Like I was talking to this is LowKeys. How you doing?
Hi, nice
welcome,
to meet you, Yogi.
Welcome to Big Yogi'Z Garage.
Thank you for having me.
So I know you go by LowKeys is your music, but what's your real name?
My real name is Laura.
Laura? Okay, nice. I mean, I already met you. The reason why you're here is because I actually you won. I was judging a rap contest stuff. I mean, I don't know if it's rap, but music and stuff. And you were one of the winners, but then you left.
I left early. It was crazy because I was also scared because I felt like, I wasn't the only female, but to be amongst like male rappers, it's like, I don't know if nobody gonna listen to me. I look like a little kid. Like, they gonna see a child on stage rapping. So when they told me, I was so shocked. I'm like, for real? Like, that's dope. Somebody noticed me.
You won because he didn't tell me who I had. I said, can I pick a girl and can I pick a girl and a boy? After I heard everybody, because I already had you were kind of the winner, and then I had another guy, and then when I heard Stacks the Great, then I was like, I'm gonna pick her and Stacks the Great. So I told Sly, thank you Sly for everything you do for the music community around here. He's the one that I was like, can I pick a, he's like, yeah, that's perfect. So I told him you were one of the winners, but you had left, and he's like, yeah, that's cool. I'll get a hold of her and tell her.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Sly. Thank you, Sly. I don't forget about you. You do your big ones when it comes to the shows. So I appreciate that. So.
Yeah, and he's helping us out because even though he's just growing, the shows aren't like popping yet, but imagine if we keep doing this for a few years, they'll get more people. We'll get more people at the shows. And then every artist is going to bring more people, you know?
And that's what I love about it, because it's like, it's starting to be more like a family thing. Like, I've been doing music for so long, and now I'm starting to get out and do shows. I'm starting to recognize more and more people that I know, or artists that I haven't met before, but I'm getting more comfortable enough to assert myself, meet them, and just talk to them like we family or long lost cousins. Like, I like events like that. It's more of a loving event.
Those events are cool because they bring the artists together, and you guys get to share like even your social medias, and you get to grow. And then they're like, once you get your fan base pretty big, imagine you coming to that show and then a whole bunch of your fans, but then the other guy comes and so then these shows are gonna grow. They just we gotta do it slowly but surely. Can you I wanted to the winners, the two winners, I wanted to have them on to share a little bit about their life and also to like give a little value to the podcast. I want to do this different. I didn't write down no questions or nothing. I want to just free flow and I want to ask you a little bit, like, where did you grow up? Like, where are you from? You from Toledo and stuff?
Yeah, well, I'm from Toledo, born and raised, 419.
Yeah.
I grew up here on the north end. I grew up on the south end first.
Okay.
But we moved on the north end. My family, we always been music oriented. My mom, she was a pastor before, well, she was a minister first before becoming a pastor. And she was our choir director. So she had 7 of us. So it was like once we were of age, she had all of us doing a job in the church. And one of my jobs was to sing in the choir or play drums or just sit under my sisters and just learn from them. And I feel like from being in that type of surrounding, it taught me like a big value on wanting to experience more music myself. Because I knew if I could sing, let me try this. If I could play the drums, let me try this. And it opened my mind to, oh, well, I don't think it's nothing you can do. So let's go keep trying everything. So growing up, I just always asserted myself around music any way I could, even in school. I was a good student. I was a great student, not to say good. I had good grades, honors and stuff, but my key thing in school was music. Like, you didn't catch me walking around without my violin, or some days I'll carry a cello home, or you just see me with something. I remember one time I tried out for band, and they made me try out a trumpet. And I learned how to play trumpet in like a week. And it was like, yeah, I don't think this for me, but I learned it. But it's just being able to find what makes you you. And I feel like music is me. And I'm so asserted into music myself that I gotta be like in every aspect around it. Like certain people, they will hear a song and be like, oh, I like her words. And then there's me, and I'll be like, oh, well, did you listen to her background? Listen to her beats? Oh, did you hear how she said, like, some people don't get that. So I thank my mom and the Lord above and all my supporters and friends that's been around me for ages, supporting me through music, because they knew that was the one thing that I loved the most. Yeah.
So you feel like it was like kind of like in your blood since you were born?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like your mom and everybody, it was always around you.
I was probably singing in the womb, probably making beats outside her stomach or something.
Okay, yeah, but if your mom was always in the choir, maybe she was when you were in your stomach. Maybe she was always around music because she was always in church and stuff.
Yeah, and she was in band too, and she was a cheerleader. So shout out to my mom. She started it all.
Yeah, so. she's the reason why you're doing everything you are. Yeah, so do you feel it's important to have, like, when you're young like that, do you feel that it's important to have something to guide you? So like you had music, you know what I mean? Like for like a young kid, do you feel it's important to have something like that you can kind of like get guided by something? I
feel like for everybody, it's different. You just have to find your own, like, what's the word, like your own niche. Like, it's something for everybody. Like my girlfriend, she loves music as well, but she's an artist herself. She knows how to draw and paint. So art is her thing, any aspects of art. So with everybody, it's different. I just feel like wherever their areas are, they do need guidance, but that's the key thing they do focus on. If they see the bigger picture at the end. Because it does take time. And that's where a lot of people fall off, because they think they have to get it right, done straight that day, and that's what'll kill them. And it's like, you know, I always say to myself, Rome was built in a day, so it just takes time.
Yeah. So in high school, how far did you get in music? Into like elementary and high school, you always played music? Yeah,
I feel like I started really getting into music in the 2nd grade, and that's where my first love was the violin. But it started getting too high pitched for me during that age. So I moved on to play the viola. And then that's where I was like, oh, I gotta learn the other instruments. So like just growing up in the school, I just always had either a violin or viola or any stringed instrument, like just hanging on my back, even at basketball practice. Like.
So the violin is like what you're like really good at. Like when you do shows and stuff, you play the violin, because that night you didn't have any instruments.
Yeah, sometimes I don't bring it out because that's a different experience.
Yeah, that was more of a rap show.
Yeah. So I mean, I've also been practicing, like, just in case I want to do something like that, because I want to give people that live experience that they never saw. Because a lot of people don't see stuff like that every day. They don't just walk outside and be like, oh, Girl, did y'all see that girl on the corner playing the violin?
Yeah.
I ain't never seen that over here. So I want to give them that type of feel and bring that type of energy out. Like give them something they never saw before.
Yeah.
So I've been working.
So I mean, how did you even get into the violin? Once you got in it, how did you like train for all that and learn? How did you learn? Did you get a teacher?
I used to have a private teacher at the school, the Forte Music School. I had him for probably a couple months prior to having orchestra class in 2nd grade. And then once after that I got done, my teacher, he used to have me go into these competitions to where they'll rate you on your performance wise. And I feel like for me doing that, going out of state, it taught me to want to perfect my craft and work on it more and to practice more. Like when they say practice makes perfect, those hours of practice does make a difference. So you get all your cutting edge sounds after practicing. So
the reason why you won, in my opinion, because I'm the one that picked the winner, was because there was 3 other girls. I don't know, I can't remember all the girls, but a lot of them sounded like the same and stuff. But when not exactly the same, but kind of like the same style. And then when you came out, you had like a different thing, and you felt more like, oh shit, like this sounds like, it felt like more melodic, more like, a different feel to it. And that's why you won, because I was just like, you just flipped it on them. Like you weren't like the cookie cutter, the same rap girl. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that by no disrespect to anyone, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to learn. Actually, I'm not even I just started this podcast and people are reaching out to me to do extra things. And I wanted to give everyone an opportunity to be on here but so I'm not a music expert or nothing, but you just caught my attention, more or less.
That's dope. I try to give that. I feel like I'm more of a melodic rapper because I sing as well. So when I rap, I can't help hear a melody in it. So I just always try to find that perfect key or a tune in it. Or other times it's how Roddy Ricch will be melodic in his rap, or just like the Migos, how they chemistry would flow, and it'll sound like they rapping, but they singing and harmonizing too. So I just want to give people that different feel. I'm not your average rapper girl. I'm a singer at heart, but I'll rap too.
So what's your top 5 rappers or top 5 singer rappers, whatever, of all time, or whatever, who do you like?
No particular order, because I can't go in order. I don't want no.
Then you forget one. You're like, oh shit, Tupac, I forgot.
But I would say Lauryn Hill is
Lauryn Hill.
For sure.
I before you even say I always thought maybe Lauryn Hill was an inspiration of yours.
Yeah, definitely her. Erykah Badu, Beyonce. Even when she was with Destiny's Child, I always loved the group thing because I was in a choir. So I'm already grown up thinking I can't wait to be in a group like that and just sing backup. I don't, Or who else? That's 3. Whitney Houston for sure. And I can say Jasmine Sullivan because I love how smooth and just it's eccentric the way she sings, and she's very connected with her runs, and she just makes it look so natural with a breeze, and it's ooh, she has great voice control. So
so that's awesome. That's 5. That's 5 top of the line.
That's top of the line. That's a Super Bowl lineup right there. So
that'd be awesome. To get those people are special because they have a uniqueness. If you really think about it, every single name, the reason why they are who they are because they're not cookie cutter. They're unique to who they are. You know what I mean?
And they all have their own different sound. It's you can say they're R&B or they're singers, but each song has a different vibe. Erykah Badu is more eccentric, as well as Lauryn Hill. She could be eccentric, but she's more of a poetic. And Beyonce, she'll get you dancing, but she gonna sing her butt off. It's just you got different aspects.
She does a whole show to her.
She's exciting.
Beyonce.
And she has her Renaissance movie coming out soon from her tour, so I can't wait to see that too.
That's awesome. Do you inspire to do something like that with all your stuff too?
Every day, it's a little person on my shoulder telling me even if you think manifest it, just write it down. It may not happen, like I say, it may not happen today, but you writing it down today, it can happen within weeks later. Somebody might come on and be like, hey, I remember you want to do this video. I have this and that. You want to get it done, and that'll be the time. So I'm just waiting on God's time.
Yeah, just keep showing up, and then we never know who we meet, where we go. We don't know what we like you said. God works in mysterious ways. Like I didn't know that one day I was going to be sitting in this podcast with you, but I just happened to go to that show. Like you said, you didn't even know you were going to win or whatever. You just went there, and then I happened to pick you. You know. So everything like happens for a reason in life.
Yeah, that was dope. Like I really wasn't expecting to win because it was like, oh, they probably not gonna pick me. I left, but it was fun. Like I love going out and performing, seeing everybody. Like I said, it's all a great vibe every time.
Yeah, that's awesome. Cause and I believe that every single little thing leads to something else. You know, like even Stacks the Great, he won that night. I did a podcast with him. And then the other day, I needed someone to work, put it on Facebook. He hits me up. He ended up working with me.
Sweet.
And we ended up making some money together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you never know. Like things lead to things. You never know. Someone might see this. It was like, oh, she does music. She does violin. Maybe I can have her do a show over there. You know what I mean? Like
you just never know. That's why it's. I like to think of it as it's never a coincidence. You know, like you're never. You think like, oh, this is the greatest chance I've ever had, but. You never knew it was already written, you know? So it's dope. It's just seeing everything unfold.
Yeah, I believe that. I wrote that on Facebook the other day. I said, I believe that every single person that I have on my Facebook is on there for a reason. Maybe there's something they can teach me, or maybe there's something I can teach them. Because I've been through a bunch of shit. Everybody else goes through a lot of shit. Because I ain't the only one. You know what I'm saying? You go through a lot of shit. Everyone goes through a lot of shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Being able to just be able, like, to be, not to even say vulnerable, but to be able to talk through it. Yeah. You're not alone. And I want everybody to always know, like, you're never alone. Because we do be having people, and they'll post some stuff, and it'll be sad. And it's like for them to even reach out to Facebook, which is connected to millions and thousands of people, to make them feel like no one knows who they are, that'll really suck. Like, so I like the idea, like you said, like when you reach out on Facebook, you can learn from somebody, or somebody can learn from you.
And that's why I'm kind of open like a book now. You know what I mean? Like I used to be more like, I used to never be like this. Like one day I just said, you know, I have a cleaning business. So one day I was like, I want to, you know, I was like bigger, and I wanted to start doing like workout videos, and I was big, and I said, I'm going to start making workout videos, and I started a podcast, but I wanted to give people advice of like the stuff that happened to me. And like, I did a bunch of stuff and made a lot of mistakes, but I learned a lot. So I want to share like my mistakes, but I also want to have people on like you, just to talk about your dreams, about or maybe share your mistakes, or maybe something that you've learned. So like that, we can all learn, you know. So like everyone,
what was it? Tips and tricks of life.
Yeah, because like we can teach people. Even we don't have to be like, hey, you guys gotta drink, you know, water every no,
like a DARE program.
Yeah, like, we don't gotta.
We know the warning signs. We just want to know, how can we overcome what happened? You know, how can we overcome what we went through? Yeah. How did you get through it?
How did you get through it? Yeah. Like, okay, so how do you do this music thing? Do you what else do you do? Do you go to school? Do you have work? Tell me a little bit about that kind of stuff.
I also go to school. I'm actually in my last week of school. I go to Ross Online College. Okay. I'm going to school for medical administration and billing and coding. Okay. And that's
where the money's at, right?
It's gotta be. It better be, because I've been at it for a year now, and I'm proud of myself, because there was plenty times that I wanted to give up myself, where I felt like, I don't even know why I'm doing this. And to be in the last weeks, I've never been this excited in my life to do homework. Like, it's fun doing the quizzes now. Like, I could get the answers right. I'm helping people, like talking to my advisors. And they've really been a big help too. It's just like you said, you want to see it through. You always want to see your plan through. So you're always going to need that guidance with you. And I thank my advisors, as well as my family, friends, my mom, that's been supporting me through it, because it's not easy doing it alone. And there's a lot of times you can get discouraged. It's just how you pick yourself back up and get back at it.
So how important is it, like, communicating with them people, like like when you're having a bad day?
Yeah.
Like, how important is that?
I mean, it's like we text, like we friends, like, and it's sad to say, like, it's not a bad thing, but that's how comfortable they want to make it feel. They want you to feel like we can come to them if there's anything wrong, if we feel like we're gonna be late on an assignment or something happened in our lives till it's gonna cause us to not be able to turn in our work. They just want to know so they can help us. Okay. And they are very prominent on getting us to where we need to go. Because there's a few times I've had a lot of hiccups and I had to set a couple classes back. And I would have graduated earlier, but with the help of my advisor, she helped me get to where I needed to be and to still graduate in a matter of time. So. Okay.
All right. So you go to school and then you do music. Do you work also?
I work as a mom.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't disclose my work because you know I'm a superstar, so I don't need everybody popping up where I'm at. But it's just me being me. I have odd jobs. I'll babysit sometimes or do hair from time to time or just do music. It's just everyday life. I don't know. It's just you wake up and sometimes people be like, hey, can you do this? And I'm like, sure, I got you. I got the time.
Or maybe like you do like shows and stuff like that for people and stuff like that.
Yeah, because the shows get real hectic. Like if I'm not paying attention to the dates or anything, then I'll get backed up to, I don't know when this show is, or, ooh, I forgot this show was tomorrow, but I got this today. Like I have to stay on top of that too. So I try to keep my time open.
So you do have kids and stuff too?
I have a daughter.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You don't know, how old are you?
I'm 29.
29?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were younger than 29.
I wish. Yeah. Those was the good old days, but yeah.
So your music is really important to you, right? So where are you taking like how far are you at right now? Like right now you're doing some shows. I watched you at a show. Like where are you taking it? Are you like, do you have a YouTube? Do you have like stuff like that?
Yeah, I have a YouTube, but right now it's like I've got so many songs coming out on the platform itself. I want to start getting more visuals out. And I feel like because of my time with doing the shows, and I also do a lot of features. I have a few features that's already out with me in videos with my violin. And just being a mom, that time kind of gets taken away from me to do the videos. So I feel like either before the New Year's or even coming into the New Year's, I know that's one thing I know I want to start getting together, and that's working on visuals, because a lot of people will listen to me or they'll be like, oh, I could see her doing this, or I could see the video being like this. Like, no, when they actually see the video, they'll be like, oh, so this is who she is. This is the voice behind the words, and they'll start putting two and two together.
Yeah, and you know what? That's exactly why I wanted to do this podcast video. Yeah. Because a lot of people are like, why don't you have it on Spotify? Why don't you? And I'm like, maybe one day I'll put it on Spotify, but I want to grow the video part first. Yeah. And then if I get big enough, I'll put it on Spotify and all that. Right. But I want people to watch us. I want people to see who you are. I want people to see who I am. I want people to see the sponsors. I want people to see.
They got to be able to start recognizing these faces.
Yeah, like that's what I want. I want to be able to people to see like that kind of stuff. Yeah. All right. So tell me a little bit about motherhood though. Like I didn't know you were a mother. So tell me a little bit. How is it hard to be a mother? Is it easy? Is it come easy to you? Natural?
I feel like because I was young when I had my daughter. Okay. And I feel like now that I am older, I see where it can be easy. Like you don't have to take motherhood as thinking it's a drag, because every mother is different. Okay. It depends on the support and the help. So with me, it was easier for me because I have a lot of sisters and brothers, and we were always connected as well. So we just let all our kids grow up together, and it was just like we were all keeping up with each other, having each other's backs. So they taught me how to become a good mom and to do what I was supposed to do and what I should be doing to get on my feet, as well as take care of her and doing better for myself. Yeah. And those are the type of people that a lot of girls need around them, just to see that positive in having like that support system and having a baby, because that's a big thing. Yeah. Like,
so because you were young, right? So it was like you didn't even know how to be a mom at the time, right?
I was just figuring out what I was going to do for college.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, I'm going to balance a baby in college. All right.
Yeah.
So.
But that's brave of you, though, because, some people, when they get pregnant young, some people would abort the baby or something, and they give up on the whole pregnancy.
Yeah.
So even though, like, you knew it was going to be tough, but you're smart because you didn't give up on the baby. You know what I'm saying? There's some people will be like, man, I'm too young. I can't do that.
Yeah.
But, like, you're, like...
You just got to take a chance.
Yeah, you got to take a chance, and like you have your family. How important is your family to you?
But your faith is important in yourself too, though. Yeah. Like you have to have a strong faith.
Yeah.
Because if it's easy to give in to those thoughts that's just telling you like, oh, you're no good, or when people say nasty things to you and it hits you a little different because no one else is telling you positive things.
Yeah.
Your faith has to be real strong in it, and you have to believe. Yeah. You got to always believe that it's going to be a better outcome. No storm is easy.
I know. Isn't that crazy? Like, even if we get 100 people saying good things, just a couple negative people can ruin our whole day or something. If we focus on it.
Yeah.
But like I try to stay away from all that stuff.
Yeah.
But
I just feel like
I can easily get dragged into that.
Yeah. I just feel like it's just criticism. Like good criticism, bad criticism. Yeah. That just shows that you're watching. Yeah. You see it. So it's not like, it's like saying somebody would have like a hate comment on you. You watch the show, you tuned in.
Yeah.
What you learn from it? Okay, now I'm learning from you of what you didn't like. Now I can learn how to make my show better. So it's just, you just have to take it.
Oh, take it almost like a criticism. Like you can always like even learn from even a hate comment or something. That's pretty smart.
Yeah.
That's a good way to look at it.
You got to.
Take the negative and turn it into a positive. You just taught me something.
Man, it works. It works. Trust me. Cause I see it all the time. You'll be amazed at how many people like you would change their day just by saying, "Hey, how you doing? Oh, I hope you have a great day." And they'll be like, "Thank you." Like I was they'll tell you your whole life, their whole life story, and they'll really open up. And it's just like, wow, like that's all it takes is for me to say, "Hi, how you doing today? Like, how you feeling? What's going on?" Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Hey, so tell me a little bit about your sisters and stuff. How important are that? Your sisters, your mom, and everybody. How important are them to your family? Like for you to do what you do and to help you with your kids. How important were they?
I feel like they were very important. Like they were the key things in my life that I really needed because I didn't know where I was gonna go. Yeah. And my mind at that time, being so young, I'm thinking, oh, I just have to have a job to just support her only. But I really needed the job to support myself, to be for her. And my oldest sisters, I have 3 older sisters and a younger sister. And I have an older brother and a younger brother. And my older sisters were really tough on me because they were already mothers, but they knew me being one of the young ones. We can't let her see the negative in what we go through. So they were really like my support group, like, and through it all. And they showed me how even when negative things come my way, you still got to keep it moving. Like nothing stops, like the day keeps going. So that really like drove me to, okay, even though like say my car broke down, oh, I still got to get to work because my baby gonna need milk next week, or so you got to keep moving, you got to keep going, you got to fight through.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a great way to look at life because like a lot of times people give up on themselves and they don't fight, they don't keep fighting. Like I believe like, I believe that we got to do like the tough things now, right? Like, cause I work out, we do the tough things now so life won't be so tough later. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, like we got to battle this stuff right now. All right, so tell me a little bit, do you work out or anything like that? Cause now you got to stay fit cause we're gonna be doing shows and we're gonna do the violin and like.
I used to. What's so crazy is I tried to start doing my own little like video thing with doing yoga, live streaming every morning. Okay. I even tried doing my own yoga classes online with my girl. Her name is Chantel Fit. Okay. She's also one of my friends on Facebook. Shout out to her. Yeah. Shout out. So we would always do like webinars of us doing yoga or just working out with each other. So yoga is a big thing for me because it opened me to bring in a little clarity in my life. You know, sometimes it doesn't take like a full-blown body workout to just get you where you want to go. Sometimes you need that meltdown or that mindfulness setting that you can get your mind in tune with yourself and your body. And then I also like, weightlift sometimes or work out or jog, but I really wanted to get into yoga because it was a mind thing for me. And it brought me to a place where I found comfort and peace within myself.
That's cool. Like I want to try yoga sometimes.
It's so fun.
Like I do fasting, right? So I do intermittent fasting. So I believe in what you're saying. Like it's almost like a meditation to let like for real like I believe into meditation. I believe into breathing, grounding. I believe into looking at the sun, not staring at the sun, but getting the rays.
Yeah, because that's good for our skin. That's our vitamin C.
Yeah,
we need that.
Yeah, like all the stuff like that God has for us is here on the ground. It grows from the ground. It's like
it's already here for us to have freely. But sometimes we don't see it that way.
We don't see it.
We see, and go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Yoga, like I was thinking, yoga's like stretching, like that's like stretching and all that. Like that's really important. I've read a lot about it. I just never did it before.
Yeah, it's a lot of core work. Like it can be intense. Like sometimes I remember I did like an advanced yoga class, and the trainer, he had me sweating, and it's like it tones your muscles. It helps your core. It helps your breathing techniques, and it also, like I said, it keeps you grounded. It gets you focused. It helps you clear out all those things that's been bothering you, and it really centers yourself. So I just find that just my lane in the workout world. But I also love working out too, because it's just some days I do need to get that little stress out. So I'll pump some iron a couple times, do a couple push-ups.
Yeah, like or you can even. You don't have to go crazy like me, like with big weights, but you can do like the rubber bands or the machines.
Yeah, I like to make it fun. At least, just to get people involved, because just getting everybody else involved and want to do it, that makes me feel even more better.
Yeah, so you guys did videos and stuff?
I used to.
Yeah, you guys don't do it no more?
I took them down because I want to revitalize that. Like I see a different image for myself. I wanted to call it low-key fitness. And then I started calling it Pretty Fit, but I want to re-image myself with it. Once I know where I really want to be within it, I want to stick to that and start producing more and more from it.
Yeah. So you want to kind of like rebrand yourself, think about exactly what you're going to do with it, and then take off with it. Because
that was just something like I just jumped into, like off the faith of, I love yoga, I'm going to start getting everybody else to just do it with me every time I go live. And it started catching on, but where I lost my focus was life was just getting ahead of me too fast to where I stopped posting, I stopped reconnecting, I stopped being available. So it was like, okay, well, I don't have the time to do that right now. I got to put this off, or I got to keep putting this to the side. And it was making it impossible for me to do. So it's just like, okay, I'm going to take a break on this so I can focus on this. Once I got this all settled and done, then everything else is gonna be a breeze. So hopefully like maybe when you're done with school, then you can start a new journey, because then you don't have to all this time that you got to do with school. So that's a good thing. So how about eating healthy and all that kind of stuff? Do you do that? A little bit. Like I like to eat hefty, but healthy as well. Like I like to, like when I started really focusing on my health, I stopped eating a lot of pork. I stopped eating a lot of fast foods or fried foods. I like to start grilling my foods. But sometimes I'll have my cheat days and
of course,
just
I do
pick
too.
out, sweets or pizza,
I do too.
Anything. But I do be trying to watch my weight a lot because as an entertainer, and also just watching other entertainers perform and watching their diet routines and stuff, it's amazing, because me, myself, if I was to go under their routine, under their regime, they would hate me. Because they're already on their tight schedule to where they already got their day, their meals planned, their workout plan, their trainers plan, and they are set. Like that's how they keep going. So I have to learn to get to that point. Yeah,
because it's not even about like your weight too. It's about your health. Like because you're gonna get on stage, you gotta perform. You can't be like, you know what I mean? You gotta be like healthy, like like your heart has to be healthy to be doing all this stuff.
Yeah, because that's a lot of moving and singing at that.
And singing and then violin. Like, dude,
it's just a mixture of a lot of stuff going on at once.
Yeah.
But it is fun, I would say. Like, I feel like that's where I do find most of my energy. Because it's like as I've grown as an artist and reached out and been at all these performances, I'm starting to see much more of a crowd interacting with me, and it's amazing because when I first started, it was just, you know, family and friends, and now it's just I'm getting a whole group of love from people I don't even know, and they'll talk to me like, "Oh, girl, we gotta exchange numbers and stuff like that." So I mean, it's a dope feeling being able to connect with a lot of people that way.
Yeah, and even other artists like, oh, that's LowKeys. Oh, like people like know, like even my my graphic designer stuff. He's like, oh, that's LowKeys. Like he knew you, and like he because he follows all of us too on social media.
That's
His
dope.
name is Brandon. He makes like all the logos and stuff for my podcast.
Okay.
And he's the one that's gonna make the flyer and everything for this episode.
Shout out to you, Brandon.
Yeah. We all, cause like that's how by me going there, a bunch of like people that I know start following some of you guys, and then a bunch of people that you guys know start following me and Brandon.
Yeah.
So I believe in like connection and stuff like that. How important do you believe in like social media so we can like, some people look down on social media. I think social media is a good thing if we turn it into a good thing.
Definitely. And that's all it is. It's the way people take it. They can always find a negative in different negativities of social media, only because it's an open platform. But if you think about it, once you shed more light on positive things, that'll overcome what they're starting to see, and it'll start turning over to more people seeing it and catching on. So then once they see it, they'll start sharing it. Like I watch myself on Facebook all the time, like watching videos, and it'll be funny and I just share it. That one share, it didn't start with me, it started from the first person, but it got to thousands of other people because it made me laugh. So it's just certain things that people should start enlightening on social media, just to get that positive outlook on what's going on, and then they'll start seeing a turnaround. Because that's where media is heading to. Everybody's on a social media platform, whether it's TikTok or Snapchat or YouTube. You're gonna see someone on something.
Yeah, and that's exactly how I think. As long as we put out a positive message, it doesn't matter. Either you put out a positive message through your music or even through your workout videos. I put one out through my podcast or through my workout videos.
Yeah, I'll be seeing them. I'll be loving
Yeah, and then if we all take care of art, because I have a platform, you have a platform. If I make my platform positive, you make yours positive, and so on and so forth, and we give everybody a positive, it doesn't matter what is, I could be a baseball player, but I'm doing good, positive things. We can all make the world a positive place, but there's always some people that want to see every little negative thing. I think those people are like just like you said earlier, you gotta block them out, or
they just critics. You just take it in as a lesson and be like, all right, I'm gonna just work on that. That's your opinion, but thank you for responding to my video. Thank you for watching. You know, just gotta take it like, cause they see it, they notice it. That means it's getting seen. They see it, but they don't want to be positive. But you can also have negative people that just always want to be negative about it too. Like that's the bad thing about it. Like when you have those type of people around, you have to cut those type of people out your circle, because there's no good that's gonna come from any of them.
Do you feel like those people just like drain you down and stuff like that?
Definitely. It's like a different, because I feel like everybody carries a certain energy or aura around them. And that energy can linger on to you. Like it could be your friend or your buddy, and they'll be like, oh man, I'm just really down. Everything isn't working for me. I don't know why things are working for you. Like just comments like that. Like it'll have you thinking like, man, like I don't know why things are working for you, but hey, I hope God sheds his light on you too one day like me. So it's just having to battle those different energies and different auras. You don't want too much of a negative energy around you, because it'll start to linger and transpire everywhere. Yeah,
it starts kind of like seeping into you a little bit. Yeah, I believe that too. Hey, what's some good advice that someone has ever told you that's like really good advice that you could pass on to a viewer or to me? You know?
I feel like the best advice that like everyone always tells me is to always smile, because a smile can carry 1,000 words, and even in your face, you have way more muscles when you frown than smiling. So by you just smiling, you'll never know. Somebody could be yelling at you and you could just be like, "Aw, I'm sorry. Bring it in." What can they do? They're just gonna be like, "Well, all right, I was mad, but it's just a change of energy. A smile can break anything like of a silence or just make someone's day. You'll never know. So always smile through it all."
That's awesome. I believe that because if you see me all the time, any pictures, anything, I'm always smiling.
Yeah.
Some people tell me like, dude, why you always smile?
It's a different light. Like it's a shed of light that you can shine on others, and you always want to shed that light on others.
Yeah.
It's hard always seeing people down.
Yeah.
It's time we got to start turning it around. Got to put stuff in action. We got to get to work.
Yeah.
And we gonna work through it.
Yeah. Do you believe that like during the pandemic and all that, people started getting more down and stuff like that?
Yeah, only because it was just so sudden. Everything, the changes, being so enclosed for a long time, having to be at home all those times, like they basically took away our social life. And it was like, we have to be on a curfew. So I feel like that just drew people to being standoffish. Now they're starting to open things back up and everyone's starting to be around each other. It's giving people that anxiety to where, oh, I still don't know if it's safe because even though it's open, but you just never know. It's like getting them that type of scare, and it's crazy. You don't want people to live in fear. That's one thing. Like, you got to understand there are a principle of why things are happening all the time. And like you said, your health is important. You got to take care of yourself. So those people that's probably feeling skittish, they just only know from what they see. They're not really digging into what they need to learn to know. So
like that they can be prepared, like mentally and physically prepared just in case they do get sick or anything. I believe in preparing yourself before, just in case something like that does happen.
Definitely.
Because I mean, it could happen again.
Right.
We
always got to stay prepared or one step ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Like, I think I just did a discussion paper on that with my class on saying whether or not was the pandemic something that our healthcare centers could have warned us about early on. And I said yes, because we started watching it first from all these other countries happening. And us as America, we're just watching it happen. No one's putting out those signs of warning signs or preparing us or getting us ready to witness what was to come until it hit us. And then it took us by shock. And everyone's scared. Now they're coming out with the shot, the vaccine. No one knows if it's safe or not because it was all of a sudden.
Yeah, because you know exactly what happened? When it started happening over there, we start selling our like masks and stuff to them. I swear to God, we started selling like all of our masks to them. And then when it finally got here, we didn't have nothing.
Right. We
We're
ran
like,
out of supplies.
And then they had to start buying it from them. Like, what the hell?
We had to start making our own.
Yeah, like we thought it was never going to come. But it came like during once it started hit over there, people start coming over here and then it just spread.
Trying to escape it and it spread it. So.
Yeah, it spread everywhere. Yeah, that stuff. Did you get sick or anything?
I had COVID twice.
Did you? Did you get it real bad or anything?
I had it bad once, the first time I got sick, and I was only in the hospital for like a day. And then after that, I just had to quarantine myself for about 10 days. But it's crazy because like after I got sick, once I felt better, I recorded my song "Looking at Me" the next day, and a lot of people didn't know that. I was like, as soon as I felt better, I was right back in the studio.
You was right
so
back
I couldn't stop. Like I knew God had a different purpose for me, and I knew if He was to take my voice, then He knew I had to just sit down and get my body together. So as soon as I felt better, oh no, it was time. Got to get back to work. So
that's cool, man. That's awesome. Like that's like a story that you got. You got to for a long time. Because like even though like COVID did a whole bunch of people really bad. You know what I mean? So
because when it first hit, I was working at the casino, and
you did?
Yeah, and some of my closest coworkers, they passed away from it. So it was crazy during those times.
What department did you work in?
I worked in EVS.
Me too.
Yeah.
I used to work at EVS.
That was my favorite. I worked third shift and second shift.
Me too.
We probably worked and seen each other probably before.
I worked there a long time ago in 2012.
Oh, that's what I worked there, not in 2012.
Yeah.
But in 2014 and up.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, I worked in the EVS department, and then I used to wear like the little red thing. It was when they had the jackets.
The bowling t-shirts.
Yeah,
that's what I call them.
Yeah, we had the bowling t-shirts. and I worked there with a Cruz and a bunch of dudes. And then she works there too. That lady, she's the bilingual. Like she does like you know how when you win a prize and stuff at the casino, she's the voice of the casino.
I know that's right. Yeah, Shout out to Maria.
Yeah, she does the so she works in the marketing department.
Yeah.
So when I asked for us to get sponsors, she knows what marketing is.
Yeah.
So she's all right. Dope. So that's her Avon, and she sells makeup and stuff like that.
That's dope. That's perfect. That's the perfect marketing person.
And she works at the casino, so like I was always thinking like, that's a good way to get in. Maybe one day the casino can sponsor the podcast.
Yeah, no, for real, because they do always have a lot of their live performances and stuff. Like I remember the one year I worked there, they had a talent show, and I tried out for their talent show, and I thought that was something big because they always have these big shows with these big artists, and it's like I get to be on y'all stage finally. Like,
you got on the stage and did a show?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
dope.
So
it was pretty cool.
Did you win or no?
No. I came in second place.
I should have been the judge. If I was a judge, you would have won.
I probably would have. But I did a song probably no one knew. I did Jasmine Sullivan, and I think at that time she was just getting heard of. And a lot of people, in a casino, they want live music. Yeah. They don't want to be sung to sleep.
If you would have did like some Taylor Swift or something.
Yeah, I probably would have had them livened up a little bit, staying up too late and stuff, so.
That's crazy that we both worked at that. This is like a long time ago. Like I was like in a bunch of trouble and I was gonna go to prison and stuff.
Oh no.
Like I ended up going to work at the casino and I got caught by the FBI and I went to prison and all that. I swear to God, I got like a big long that's why I started this podcast. When I got out of prison, I started a cleaning business. And then I was like, I'm gonna start a podcast and tell my stories. So if you go down like to episode 1, I tell like my prison story and all that, and that's how this whole podcast started.
Yeah.
But my story, a lot of it has to do with casino.
Yeah.
I used to work at the casino in the cleaning department.
Man, it's so many memories with them too, and shout out to them too, because that was one of my go-to jobs that I loved working at for a long time, and I made a lot of good friends there. Yeah. And once they found out I could sing. They were super fans from there. Every time I came to work, can you sing something first? Like, no, if the casino don't sign me, I ain't singing. So it was just fun to be there.
Of course, and if you ever need a job on like real quick or something, you could probably just go there.
Yeah, they'll always accept me back. They were devastated when I told them I had to leave. Yeah, but they'll always accept me back. Though,
that's a cool little job. I used to work there, right? And then I was in the cleaning department. And then I moved to the poker room. Okay. And I used to eventually I wore a suit to work every day. Yeah. And then I got in trouble and went to jail and all that shit and lost it all. But guess what? I got out and now I'm here and I'm doing all this.
Look at that turn around.
You know what I'm saying? I turned everything around.
Yeah, that's good. I'm so proud of you. That's great.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you. Okay, so basically, like, I always, like, just end my podcast, like, I always ask people, like, what's your biggest dreams and your goals for, because I believe that we can, like, speak things into, like you said earlier, we speak things into existence, you know? Like, what's your biggest dreams for your journey and your music and stuff like that?
I feel like my biggest dreams with my journey is being able to carry my family along with me. Like, if I'm winning, I know they're already trailing right behind me, coming with me, like 10 toes down. Yeah. So I always told myself, like, if I make it big, we gonna have our own community. Okay. Like, we gonna always be together, our own houses, or not even that, our own land, or just be together as a family. Because that's where it started. Yeah. And God wouldn't have never gave me this chance to not live it or see it through. So I gotta make it happen now.
Yeah, for sure. And then and you're gonna do it with the school you're going to, and like you're gonna learn a lot about the medical industry, and then that's gonna help you push your music forward. You know what I'm saying? Just like we can't quit on our dreams. Yeah. Even if we don't make it to be the millionaire, but we can change people's lives through our journey. Definitely. Like me through my podcast, you through your music. Can you look at the camera and tell people like your name on your Instagram and stuff so people can follow you?
Okay, so hey everybody, I'm LowKeys, Pretty Money, but act like you know me. You can follow me on all social platforms. On Instagram, it's LowKeys_Pretty Money. Facebook, same thing, LowKeys, Pretty Money. TikTok, Snapchat, it's the same thing. But if you know me, you know me. I have music on YouTube as well. On my YouTube page, it's under LowKeys. I also have a few under Wayne Wallace. and as well Tempest Van Gogh. So you can check those pages out. Oh, and shout out to my cousin Polo Gang King. I have a music video as well with him when I play my violin. So just a big shout out to everybody that's been working with me. Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, Yogi's Big Garage. So
yeah. All right, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I appreciate you so much, and we'll have some more times. We'll come on as you grow. We can help grow, and like maybe like we can promote some shows and stuff like that. All right. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching this week's show on show on Big Yogi'Z Garage. We'll see you next week. Let's go.